Lily Ray here, and today we're going to talk a bit about the convergence of SEO and influencer marketing. Now, influencer marketing is obviously not a new trade in the marketing world. It's something that's been around for a while and definitely been something that people are focusing on all over the world. It's taking the world by storm in certain parts of the world. It's just completely rampant with how people are focusing their marketing strategies. So that's nothing new. But what I do want to talk about today is how SEO plays a role and where I think this is going in the future. So I'm going to talk about Google specifically today, and I want to talk about 5 clues that I think Google's giving us in terms of the direction that they want SEO to go in the future and how focusing on influencers and content creators and real experts is going to play a role going forward. So the first clue is Google Perspectives. This is a new filter that Google has been slowly rolling out this year to its organic search results. And for certain queries, you'll be able to see perspectives directly in the search results. This is something that they're still testing. It's not completely available for everyone around the world just yet. But essentially, the way it works is that when you Google a question that would be best answered with various different perspectives from different people, Google might directly show you that perspectives filter in the search results, which will highlight contributions from maybe TikTok, YouTube Shorts, personal blogs, Reddit, Quora, places where people have actually contributed authentic answers and perspectives to questions. So as it stands, this is, again, still being rolled out. Some people see it as a filter that appears that you can click on and see a handful of different perspectives for different topics. Other people are seeing it directly in their search results. Some people are not seeing it at all. But it's absolutely something we should focus on and something that Google unveiled as a new product launch this year in Google I/O. Number 2 is, for me, the most obvious one. It's the new E in Google's concept of EEAT. So for a number of years, we've had EAT, which stood for expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. In December of 2022, Google added a new E to this acronym, and that was added to its search quality rater guidelines. And this new E stands for experience. Now, if you had been paying attention to Google's communications leading up to that point, they talked a lot about the importance of firsthand experience, especially for things like product reviews, where searchers are showing time and time again that they really want to hear from real human beings. They really want proof and evidence that the products have been tested by real human beings. And what that E is looking to do is to elevate content where firsthand experience really provides a better result. So things like product reviews. This is something that is in Google's quality rater guidelines. It's something that I believe Google is algorithmically still trying to figure out. Seems like a pretty big challenge. And this is why you won't necessarily always see perfection in terms of what currently ranks as far as firsthand experience goes. But this is obviously where Google wants the algorithm to go. Now, of course, influencers, social media marketers, people who have firsthand experience and perspectives on certain topics are going to do really well in this new situation. Number 3 is what Google has been doing for a number of years related to both authorship and the knowledge graph. Now, these are big topics in SEO. They're nothing new. They've been around for a long time. But if you pay attention to how Google is constantly evolving and innovating how it shows certain authors and certain experts in the search results, what knowledge graphs and knowledge panels look like for individual experts. This is something that's always being refined. It's always becoming more robust. The knowledge graph is always expanding in information. And Google is really trying to build out these online profiles for individual experts and authors who contribute to different publications. Now, it's very important to understand this is a nuanced topic. This is not to say that authorship is necessary for SEO performance or that you need to be in the knowledge graph to be considered an expert on Google. I don't believe those things are true, but I do believe there's a very strong relationship between people who are recognized on Google, particularly authors on your money or your life topics, or maybe authors for major journalism publications, and what Google knows about you. So if you have a robust knowledge graph, if you're an author and Google knows which books you published, what you specialize in, what is your background, I do believe this will be how Google evaluates EEAT for many different topics going forward. So the more that you can take the individual experts, contributors, people with experience at your brand, at your company, elevate those people, build out profiles for them, make sure that search engines really understand who they are, the better I believe that your content will perform over time. Number 4 is the prevalence of short videos and YouTube directly in Google search results. Obviously, Google has an incentive to show YouTube for many different types of queries, but if you look right now at a large percentage of search results, as well as your Google Discover feed, you're going to see that YouTube gets to rank a lot. Video content ranks a lot. And of course, Google's going to show YouTube predominantly above other video providers. That's not to say that TikTok results don't also show up in search, especially lately. We're seeing more and more TikToks in things like short videos, even in Google Discover. But the message is clear. Google loves video. Here I am doing a video right now because Google loves video. They're putting video in all different types of places. There's so many people that go directly to YouTube to get information, and Google's elevating this again across things like Google Discover. You'll almost always see a little carousel for short videos. And this is because Google knows that many users, particularly younger users, love consuming video content. In some cases, they're looking only at video content. They're not necessarily reading articles as much anymore. So videos are the future. And how do you do good videos? You bring in people that know about the topic, you bring in influencers, and you have them share their perspectives. This is in large part the content that people want to see when they're going on places like YouTube. They want to hear from the experts. They want to see what influencers that they follow have to say about certain topics and believe about certain topics. This is something that I really believe is actually just like shaping our culture right now. So it's absolutely worth brands paying attention to this trend. Number 5 is one that kind of slid under the radar, but Google was shown testing social media follower accounts directly in the search results in the past couple of weeks. I believe this was from Spain that someone posted this on Twitter. But essentially what it's doing is when you type an individual expert's name or an influencer's name or somebody that Google recognizes, it was actually showing their follower accounts from Twitter, or rather X, from LinkedIn, from Instagram, from different places where they have followers, and showing that follower account directly in the search results. Now, whether or not this is something that will stick, something that I personally believe is a good idea, I don't. This is something that Google's testing. Why would they be interested in showing this data? Because they want to see how users respond to it. They want to see if it's something that's beneficial to searchers on Google. And if it turns out that the data shows that it is, we might be expecting in our future to see follower accounts directly on Google. Now, not saying it's a ranking factor, but if that's something that matters as far as how users engage with your content on Google, click-through rates, how much people trust the content that they're reading, now social media follower accounts just became even more important for SEO. So again, all of this is indirect. Social media signals are not a direct ranking factor, but there's so many different clues that there's going to be this big intersection that's starting now between SEO, social media marketing, influencer marketing, and making sure that your brand is leveraging real people with real thoughts, real authentic beliefs and opinions and experience, and elevating those people, not just in your written content, but in visual content, audio content, podcasts, and much, much more. Hope that was helpful. See you guys later.